Okay, hello children, I'm back with another difference question. Okay, so for such questions, remember we have to find a common area which you can eliminate, whereby they cancel each other out, and then there will be a difference between the two other shaded areas. So if this is given to you without any labels inside, create your own letters. Okay, so when you have things like this, if your original drawing or diagram does not have the numbers in there, put in your measurements as well. It will help you to see better. Okay, so if you notice there's a big quadrant and there is a small tiny quadrant here. You can see the tiny quadrant here. Okay, so it's important to know that because BC is 21. Okay, so can you see BC is 21, right? It means, can you see from the center of the circle to the edge of the circle? That's the radius already. Can you see this is the radius? So from the center of the circle to the edge of the circle, this part is 21, which means if I rotate this down this way, here will be 21 as well. So center of the circle to edge of the circle. So after identifying your radius, okay, if you notice from center of the circle to the edge of the circle, the bigger quadrant, the radius is actually 35. So you take this, can you see I bring it down? Center of the circle to edge of the circle, bring it up, center of the circle to edge of the circle. So the radius of the big quadrant is 35. So why do you need to label inside if they do not give you anything inside? It's for you to plan. To find the difference between the two shaded areas, you have to plan what shapes or figures you want to use to get your difference. So to solve this question, arrange the letters so that you do not need to find individual portions here and here. You can arrange really automatically. You should get your difference in your letters straight away. So first you notice, if I label this W and X and Y, I will get a full quadrant. So I write this down, W, X, Y. Okay? And then if I see here, do you see there's a rectangle here? Okay, so I get a rectangle plus my quadrant, I will get this orange figure here. So orange figure will be X plus Y plus Z. Can see? So if you notice, if I take my big quadrant, which is the pink color one, minus my orange color figure, X will minus X. So X disappears. Y will minus Y, Y disappears. And I'm left with W to minus Z. If I do that, this is the difference between the two shaded areas. Okay, so I plan for this and this. So first step, big quadrant, pi r squared. Remember to identify the correct radius. So you times a quarter to get your quadrant. Once you have found this, this will be your quadrant. Next, to find this figure, it's a rectangle and a quadrant. So always try to, if you have very funny figures, right, cut it into shapes that you can recognize. It's either triangles, rectangles, square, circles, semicircles, or quadrants, which is quarter circles. Okay, so they are usually these shapes because those are the different areas that you already learned how to find. So for this, it will be a rectangle and a quadrant. So rectangle, it will be 21 times 28. Can see? And then I will get my area X. So for this quadrant, it's Y plus Z together. So how do I do that? Can you see this is my radius? So pi r squared, because it's a quarter circle, I times a quarter. Once I found this, this is my quadrant. Okay, so when I've done that, this X and my Y and Z, I can add them all together. I will get this, which is the orange figure here. So once I've done this, I can match with this, right? Once I've done this, I can match with this. So basically, I subtract. when I subtract, I should get W minus Z, which is my 28. I will get the difference straight away without having to find W by itself, without having to find Z by itself. Okay?